Alright, hello people, how are we all today? Well, welcome back to Archery Drama Alert. It's me, NUSensei, and we have an update on our favorite orange company. It's funny because, like the last few days, for those who have been following, I've been putting together my new recurve bow, and there's been a huge influx of people suggesting that I go orange, that I buy everything orange. I've got a green bow, I'll get everything orange. Orange arrows, orange fletchings, orange string, whatever, everything orange. And I thought, well, what about the shirt, right? So, we have like the Netherlands team or the Malaysian team. They've got orange shirts, but I'm thinking, what if I got a sponsorship? What if I was offered a staff shooter role? And what better staff shooting role than our favorite orange team? That's it. We're talking about LeoLeo Archery. Imagine if I was offered a sponsorship by the most orange team out there. Now, of course, many of you watching this may be following, or may have at least heard of the drama between LeoLeo Archery, a Chinese manufacturer, and World Archery, which I'm wearing right now. So, for those who haven't been following, what's happened is that a few months ago, World Archery, or the World Archery Board, took a rather unprecedented step in outright banning LeoLeo Archery from all World Archery events. That meant any LeoLeo Archery equipment or personnel or vendor would be blacklisted from any World Archery event. And this is in line with several other incidents, namely the allegations that they are responsible for counterfeiting several legitimate products and brands, and as well as supposedly forging email addresses from World Archery. So the over the last few months, we'll see a few interesting ramblings from certain key players. But as of like 6 hours ago, LeoLeo Archery apparently posted a public apology. Whoa, didn't expect that, did we? So LeoLeo Archery apparently apologizes to World Archery, and they're offering something. So let's review the case, all right? So, where should we start? Should we start with the apology? No, let's visit one of our key players. So, I want to go through the background, because again, for those who haven't been following the drama, and apparently my chat is frozen. Let's refresh this. Here we go. So, for those who have been following the story so far, let's go back and visit what we believe to be the CEO of LeoLeo Archery, a very American citizen. His name is John Williams. And John Williams has a Facebook page where he posts a lot of, you might say, public announcements. So here we have the page of John LeoLeo Archery Williams. Right? Not suspicious at all. Now, John Williams is very proudly a US citizen, as he announced on 30th May he lives in Salt Lake City. I'm sure there's nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing suspicious about John LeoLeo Archery Williams. Now, what I find very funny of this case, and I posted this in the last live stream about LeoLeo Archery, normally when you go public with accusations, you don't post things that incriminate yourself. And what John Williams has done is post screenshots of email exchanges with one Thomas Albert, who is the contact person with World Archery. Now, I believe this email chain goes all the way back to 2016. And given that most of us are third-party members, third-party participants who are just observing this, when you read what's going on here, you realize this is bizarre. Okay, so this is the refresher. This is posted directly on John Williams. Oh, sorry, John Leo Archery Williams's Facebook page. So this is the screenshot. So from what I've gathered, they've submitted a contact ticket through the World Archery website. This goes to Thomas Albert, the marketing service coordinator, and this is from 2016. And Thomas has said that I'm sending you enclosed to that email our sponsorship package for 2016. You are free to choose from any level of sponsorship and add as many options as you want to the contract. And of course, as we covered already, and as most of you already know, with sponsorships, with any corporation or organization, they need funding and sponsorships. And if you submit to a certain level of funding, then you have certain privileges, including the use of your official branding, as well as logo appearances on various arenas. Of course, that's prone to the endorsement of the board. But the idea is that you choose what you pay for. So I imagine that LeoLeo Archery has inquired about becoming a sponsor of World Archery and therefore be able to use World Archery branding. But as we see in the rest of the email, Mr. Albert has pointed out that he has noticed when visiting LeoLeo's website that they are using World Archery logos, which is totally forbidden without World Archery's approval. And this was verified. If you do a search of LeoLeo Archery on the website, blog, and 2015 catalogs, they do use World Archery branding. It's pretty token, like it's like a logo, it's like an arrow wrap, and that's basically it. But they're basically making a lot of assertions through their social media, through LinkedIn, that they are sponsors of World Archery, which according to this email provided by John LeoLeo Archery Williams, they haven't received sponsorship. They've made an inquiry about it. So they've been bragging about sponsoring World Archery for years. So as part of the agreement, or the pending agreement, obviously they have to address this anomaly. So that's the first email that's provided. We go back to the second email that was linked in from John Williams' page, and this is in 2018 in May. So apparently there's a bit of an exchange going on here between Thomas Albert, the marketing director of World Archery, and LeoLeo Archery's contact person, which you imagine is John Williams in a different sock puppet. So in this case, they've said they're hiring lawyers in Switzerland and the US to handle this incident. Please do not bring market competition and corruption to your work, not to disparage the developer of any branded product. Our growth, who is most afraid and whose interests are lost. Please should facts. The law is the most fair, and you should be responsible for your job corruption. And this is, I imagine, one of many threats made from LeoLeo Archery, that they've been using the legal thing a lot. Hiring the top lawyers and bringing fairness. So it's just weird. Like, if this didn't exist, we would have to question a lot more about the interaction between World Archery and LeoLeo. But they're publicly posting these things, and it very clearly points out that LeoLeo never received a sponsorship agreement from World Archery. That is the plain and simple truth, is it not? When you post an email saying, choose your thing, and there's never been a confirmation, and they're publicly using World Archery branding, then obviously they are not so illegally using World Archery branding, but they're not approved to use World Archery branding. You can't claim sponsorship rights and branding rights if you're actually not a sponsor. Is that not the obvious thing? It gets worse. So if we follow the public posting history of Mr. LeoLeo Williams, you'll see that he goes through a fairly insane series of rants. So we start from the 30th of May and we'll go onwards. The 31st of May, the World Archery has done unethical things for money and corruption. you pay legal costs for your actions. Again, LeoLeo Sporting Goods as a distributor and dealers in the world. If you get fake or copy goods from us, please share details. Please do not defrauding the public. Losing the soul, God must punish them. It's interesting who likes these things, by the way. It's they're either other employees of LeoLeo or their sponsored archers. There's a sock puppet circle going on here. There's all the same people, including himself. He liked his own post. 31st of May. Just because LeoLeo is not a member of the World Archery, but as official agencies issued misleading information to deceive consumers and the public. How ignorant, World Archery. The law will not forgive anyone, an organization who tells lies. Please give the public the real fact. Again, liked by himself and the other LeoLeo staff. We have a paste from the LeoLeo page, which is a list of the contacts and other official stuff, and as a general thing. I've covered this already. That was their response to the ban. We go to the 6th of June. Many ignorant people are watching or self-conscious, but they do not know that others are already the true warriors. Rumors will not hinder any technological innovation. Liked by, again, the same people, the same sponsored shooters and staff. We have a special Facebook page here. Paranoid and narrow-minded nationalists are always self-consolation. Any development has nothing to do with them. We go onwards over here. The next day. The monopoly of the industry has led to the continuous innovation of advanced scientific and technological quality products, and any product and organization that do not innovate have eventually been eliminated. Every new technology and new product change will be subject to stubborn monopoly. No one can stop the wheel of historical development. It's liked by, again, the same people, of course. And then we have this next post. Originally, it cannot stop anyone from demanding innovative products with high quality and reasonable prices. Any advertisement or comment that misleads the public is a naked crime. We must lay emphasis on the law of market development. Human intervention can only hinder the development of history. Violating the law of natural development will inevitably lead to backwardness. The holding of intellectual property rights and new technology patents is the driving force behind the development. The invention and application of any new product and new technology in the world, and the beneficiaries are all over the world. The Chinese government's One Belt, One Road development policy has already brought great benefits to all countries and peoples of the world. Harmonious development makes the world a better place. Liked by fellow employee Liang Chanwu. And then we have this copy of an email, interestingly, June 15th, sent to Thomas Orbit again. Hello there. Please clarify the truth. Our team of lawyers has helped you find a lot of genuine counterfeiters. Please restore our innocence. Our company plans to invest and combat worldwide counterfeiting and infringement with World Archery. Is that the beginning of an apology? We have collected evidence for you around the world. Whoever buys counterfeit or infringing products from us, and 15 days has passed. No one has bought fake or infringing products from LeoLeo, at least for the past 15 days. All LeoLeo products have registered trademarks and patent rights in Hong Kong government, Chinese government, and the European Union. Meanwhile, LeoLeo is sporting, focused on distributor and dealer business, more cooperation worldwide. Hope that you will take seriously the development on archery. Help world-famous archery manufacturers brand find true counterfeiters and infringers. If you are poorly funded or lack human resources, we will be some. It is hoped that World Archery is a real statutory organization. Regards, Mr. Yang, CEO of World Grand Asia Pacific Limited, the parent company of LeoLeo. So, this is getting more and more incomprehensible. But of course, it's interesting how John Williams has the exact email from Mr. Yang, which indicates that John Williams is perhaps and most likely a sock puppet of the company. So we then go on to the final update of this saga. This is from 6 or 7 hours ago. It's an open letter. Not sure if it's addressed to World Archery, but they're definitely tagged in public. Dear World Archery, after more than a month of rectification, LeoLeo Archery deeply realized that it was not a membership of World Archery and could not use any of the World Archery competition pictures taken by athletes or participating audiences for any form of personal or group business promotion. We will continue to increase sponsorship for individuals and organizations, help needed whose sports dreams come true, develop and promotion World Archery in the future, and we will try our best to become the official gold medal sponsor of the World Archery soon. President LeoLeo hoped that hire international lawyers to investigate who counterfeiting famous archery brand products, and our legal counsel will try our best to help and find out who is the real counterfeiter. Then publish a legal basis to public by World Archery so that lift everyone's misunderstanding to LeoLeo. Meanwhile, LeoLeo would like to sponsor funds $10,000 to help the World Archery fight against counterfeiting action worldwide. Best regards, LeoLeo team. Wow, what a mind-boggling mess that is. I'm pretty sure that Google Translate would do much better than that. If you can make some sense of that, then good luck. You're doing much better than we are. But we can piece together generally what seems to be happening. But it's still puzzling. It's still insane that this is actually happening, and this is what LeoLeo is actually doing. So it seems to be an apology. It seems to be a recognition, perhaps not an apology. We're trying to get the wording right here. So perhaps they haven't apologized, but they've at least acknowledged what all of us already know, that LeoLeo is not a sponsor. Has it really taken them all these months, if not years, to realize that they are not a World Archery sponsor? That was pretty clearly stated in the email shared by Mr. John Williams. So they clearly are not sponsors. Everybody knows that. And yet they've been acting like they are sponsors. So now that they've acknowledged we're not sponsors, well, what do they want to do? Now, they've been threatening legal action against World Archery. They've been calling them out to hire the world's best lawyers, how the law will discover the truth and God will punish liars. So they've been accusing World Archery of corruption, of lying, and of other corruption. And here they are saying, oh, we'll fund you. We'll give you $10,000 to find counterfeiters. And the narrative so far is that, oh no, LeoLeo isn't counterfeiting. You know, we want to get people to send us reports of counterfeiters. Anyone using fake LeoLeo addresses, please tell us. And 15 days later, nobody's reported anything. Therefore, LeoLeo Archery is in the clear. There are not counterfeiters. They are actively fighting against counterfeiters, and they will fund World Archery in the fight against counterfeiters. Wow, what do we think of that? How do we take that? I mean, like, where does this go? I mean, like, it's obvious where this will go. It's obvious that World Archery is probably going to keep on blacklisting LeoLeo, considering the amount of, like, abusive messages, possibly harassment of World Archery personnel, possible, like, fake accounts of World Archery. Honestly, I don't think World Archery should remove LeoLeo from the blacklist. Clearly the people behind LeoLeo are insane. This is it's not just a language barrier or a cultural barrier. I work with Chinese companies, and most of the Chinese companies who are legitimate or try to be legitimate are at least partially sensible. They're pretty communicative. At least their English skills are pretty clear. They're not trying to demand things. They actually want to work with Western companies and distributors. But this is beyond crazy. you have so many sock puppets. I'm calling these sock puppets John Williams, Mike Williams, Lang Shang Wu. All these people who are like liking their own post and sharing LeoLeo, who all have LeoLeo branded Facebook accounts. It's very clearly this is not a legitimate company. No legitimate company, be it an Asian company or Western company, does this. This is the hallmark of a scam company, who are likely, culprits of counterfeiters. I have no proof of this, but this is the behavior pattern of a scammer. They're just trying so hard to, they're trying too hard, and it's just so obvious from any observer that these guys have no legitimacy. And now they're trying to bribe World Archery, saying, we'll give you 10,000 bucks to find counterfeiters. They've been called out, Baita have, been, victims of this scam. And, Leo have, they've tried to take down Baita for their own products. And now they're trying to, replace themselves as, sponsor of World Archery. I mean, it's very clear. It's very clear that if you want to be a sponsor, just pay the fee. But if you have a black reputation because of your previous transgressions, you can't just say, oh, we didn't do anything wrong. But what on earth is this? What an apology that is. Yeah, I agree, Byron. I don't think World Archery is ever gonna drop this. Again, this is exceptional. To be blacklisted and banned means you need to go through the entire board. This comes from the very top. Yeah, no, all the people who are liking the post are either themselves, their sock puppet accounts, or sponsored archers. And this is the sad thing about companies like LeoLeo. LeoLeo proudly boast about sponsoring events in Malaysia. They've got a LeoLeo Indonesia branch. They're sponsoring Indonesian archers. So that, I know, a company who wants to take on the mission of supporting archery in small countries, like the Bhutan archery team or Indonesian archery team, they've got a mission and they have the money to sponsor really, really poor countries and archers. And they're using this as a way to validate that we are a legitimate company. But even with Western archers, people who are, they will target people who are very vulnerable, who don't know better about the world archery scene. So they will target archers, offer them funding, offer them a uniform, and say, hey, be part of a pro team. And the prestige of being a staff shooter, of being a professional shooter, is very alluring. And it's disappointing, of course, that obviously all these people are going to suck up to LeoLeo and saying, oh, LeoLeo's right. These are legitimate archers who are real archers, but they've been picked on or picked out by LeoLeo without knowing the full extent of LeoLeo's background. So it's a little disappointing, but that's what happens. I'm surprised, but at the same time, that's kind of what you do, right? When you build that network, then that's you tend to support. It's kind of like Stockholm syndrome sort of thing. But yeah, it's just really incriminating when they're liking their own post to improve visibility. Every single employee or sock puppet of Leo is sharing this on public accounts. I mean, you don't share your stuff. You don't share your workplace and your organization's business and public relations on your personal accounts. These obviously aren't personal accounts. And yeah, I agree, Kevin. World Archer would not respond publicly. They don't anyway. It's not their MO. They've only the only public statement they've made is the official ban on LeoLeo. That's the only thing they'll do. It doesn't benefit World Archery to legitimize this company any more than they have right now. And clearly they're not legitimate, so that's a given. So that's where it stands. I don't really want to cover this a lot, but when these things pop up, then it's kind of interesting to talk about, given that archery is generally drama free. But this is more of entertainment more than anything else now. It's gone past the point of controversy. Now it's just a laughing matter. This is the curious case of LeoLeo archery. The people running this are insane. There's nothing legitimate about this. It is by far the funniest thing I've seen in Archery. I've been checking LeoLeo every now and then to see what crazy things they've posted. Thanks to Sean, by the way, who posted the update on my page. So, I stopped caring, but it's I don't know, I didn't expect him to turn around and say, "Oh, we're not sponsors, but we'll give you money." That is interesting. So, what do you think, people? Is this gonna go anywhere? We know World Archery won't respond. Like, they're done with LeoLeo. But what is Leo's next move? If you were the crazy guy behind LeoLeo, what is your next move? What would you post next? What other allegations are you going to make against World Archery? First, you've gone from corruption to lies to legal action, and now you're going to sponsor World Archery again. What would you do? What would you do? And you know what I would do if I was LeoLeo Archery? I would try to legitimize myself even further. I would actually chase down a certain NUSensei and sponsor him. And that way, they were truly legitimate, like a real company. What do you think, guys? Post your thoughts below. Thanks for joining me in chat, by the way, those who are going live. This is not a long live stream, but a funny update for a funny story. So hopefully this was interesting enough. This is NUSensei, and hopefully I'll see you again next time.